sports as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. It's the Chargers and the Silver and Black, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Herbert. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells their offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Open man is Tucker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
First carry now for Alexander Mattison. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Back to throw, Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Smith. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Taking it about the 16. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. First carry now for Gus Edwards. He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now this one finds McConkey. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Good protection there on 3rd down. This is just a simple flip to his tight end outside the numbers, and he's able to haul it in and pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Second and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Herbert now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here, and they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Geno. That's caught by Tucker. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Geno.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Three 0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Off of play action. Here's Smith.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's Herbert.
That's caught right side by Palmer.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 2nd and 6.
Herbert. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
From the 50, here's Herbert. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Intended receiver there was Donald Parham.
And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. This is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer from 10 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Smith.
That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Geno now to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Here's Madison running on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Joey Bosa so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Going to run with Madison again.
There's a nice move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that'd scare me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Play action. It's Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Give the pass break up there to Christian Fulton.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chargers getting set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. It fights him off. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's complete to Palmer. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert, quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Harris. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick here is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. So out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. On the handoff, it's Madison. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
2nd down and 4. Throwing is Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's to Bowers once again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Smith. It gets it right back to Mayer. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Mayer, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a Michael Mayer touchdown grab. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
In motion, the tight end. Herbert now. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Herbert running left off the option. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up, that's the end result.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
On the option right, Herbert. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too.
Now Geno.
It's Myers again with another catch.
7 yards there and a first down. Smith. Here's a diving catch right side. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Throwing now is Geno. And that's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now a give to Madison. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Flush to his right.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now it's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Second down and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Second down and 6 now. Herbert running left off the option. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from the 20. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's Madison running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
And you'd have to figure, he got the ball quite a bit last drive. You see the numbers, that now they're looking to chew some clock. He's going to get it even more here.
I would think so, because they have momentum going in their direction. They moved the ball that way on their last drive, and you know they're trying to lock this game down. But also, don't be surprised if they mix in a few passes along the way as well, so they can't just totally key on him on this drive.
Interesting. We'll see if that happens. Either way, looking to hold this lead. Let's see if they can do it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, but the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And his throw here's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
And this offense on third down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now Smith.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Throwing again is Smith.
He's got his running back out of the backfield, and he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw.
Very quick throw. He's got Myers.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26.
11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
To the air again, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw, Smith. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Smith. Forced out to it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Geno Smith taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it.
This is 1st and 10.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Smith to throw. That's to Bowers once again.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Smith. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Here now, 3rd down. Smith's going to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation, puts him back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts, but without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Up the middle, here's Edwards. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, That looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.